Welcome back to my shop. It's been a while. 2014 has kind of kicked my butt. Up here in the Northeast, it's been very cold. We haven't seen temperatures this cold in a couple decades. My little heater really just couldn't heat the shop up well enough. So it was a little hard temperature-wise. Plus, I've been having problems with my hands. My hands get really badly chapped. Literally hundreds of cuts all over my hands, and they get really, really bad. And I've been working with a dermatologist to try to figure out what was going on. And it turns out it's the wood. It's the wood in the shop, which is kind of sad. They're giving me medicines to put on it, but it still wasn't really getting bad. And over the last month and a half or so that I wasn't really in the shop, they've cleared up tremendously. So I really need to kind of find a way to deal with it. I'm not going to give up woodworking. That's not going to happen. So you're going to see me wearing a lot of gloves. I know the dangers of wearing gloves around tools. So you're going to see me wear a lot of gloves. I'm not going to wear them in places I feel that are unsafe. You're not going to see me probably have one of these on as I'm feeding through the table saw or the bandsaw. You might see me wearing like a nitrile glove. Those are a lot safer because if they do get snagged, they tear. They're not going to really damage your hand because those gloves are so fragile, they'll just tear apart. The glove will get sucked in. These will pull your hands in. So you'll see me wear these a lot. I'll wear them at certain tools, like where my hand's far enough away. And you'll see me take them off and put them back on, but it's something I kind of have to do, unfortunately. I don't really have a choice. The only other option would be to give up woodworking, and that's off the table. Another thing that happened was in the beginning of the year, on the 2nd, my father went into the hospital, and then on the 4th, he passed away. It's been a rough 2014. My father was very close. I was very close to my father. My mother passed away about 4.5 years ago. So, you know, I lost my father. And it's been hard, you know, trying to get the estate up and running and getting, you know, everything squared away. Any of you guys who've been through that, you know what that's like. So I haven't really had a lot of free time to get out here. But I mean, with the cold and everything, I kind of had to put January on hold. I'm back out here now, and I'm hoping, you know, to do some videos. It's still rough. Everything's not squared away with my father's estate. So I got a lot of stuff to do there. But the reason I'm doing this video right here is to talk about my dad a little bit. My dad was an influence for me in woodworking. He was in Germany during the Vietnam era. The Vietnam era, and he drove tractor trailer, but he did a lot of woodworking before that in high school and afterwards. Me and him would watch the New Yankee Workshop every weekend together. And when I was little, I wasn't really into sports. I'm more so into sports now, but then I wasn't really into sports, and that's something we really had in common, and I'll never forget those days of just sitting there watching TV together. So what I wanted to show you was this book here. My father, in wood shop in, I guess it would be about the late 50s, one of the things they had to do for wood shop, print shop, he also had metal shop, is in print shop they had to make their woodworking textbook. So this is a textbook for woodworking that my father not only printed but binded, right? And I'm just going to go over and show you some of the things into it. I think it's really neat to see this book. It's the study cut line for the wood area, and it's literally stuff to stuff on how to saw logs, classifications of wood. It is a typed textbook right? The difference between planes. And I'll bring you in closer and let's take a look at this. Okay, right here we have the General Shop Study Outlines Industrial Art Department, Hatboro Horsham Joint High School, Keith Junior High School, for wood, plastic, leather, ceramics, home mechanics areas, advanced drawing, and advanced drawing 2. And one of the things I think is kind of neat is here, I'm pretty sure, is the instructor of the class. No part of this book may be reproduced without permission of the author or M. Snyder Jr., and then his signature. So I'm pretty sure that might have been my dad's shop teacher, which I think even makes it better. Like they create, or his print teacher maybe. It made this book even, like, it's not something you would buy. It's something you had to make, and it's something the teacher, we're talking in the late 50s, typed up and probably reprinted. And if you look at it, it is all hand typed. Everything is hand typed in it. We have just basically ash, it's a hardwood, right? Handles and athletic equipment. It tells you what the wood is used for. It's just a tremendous asset. Chestnut, right? Chestnut is a softwood. I didn't know that. For railroad ties and furniture, and obviously some of these woods are hard to get nowadays, but it's a really good asset to see, right? We have the whole seasoning of wood, right? So we have the seasoning of wood and all this kind of stuff that we could really go ahead and use. Let's widen out here. Different types of wood, hand tools, folding rule, sliding T-bevel, dividers, just basic of tool, keyhole saw, spoke shave, router, rabbet, joiner. Then we have hand planes, the jack plane, and they're showing the traditional kind of Stanleys of the era. And right there, courtesy of Stanley Tools. But all kinds of joints, different types of nails, common, finishing, how to use hand tools, boring tools, chisels, the working parts of bandsaws. And most of this, even though it was in the 50s, is still highly accurate today. I mean, there's really not much that has changed with that joiner. It looks exactly like a joiner you would buy today. Planer, how to operate machine tools, drill press. Types of furniture. Chippendale poster bed, Chippendale, so it's giving you examples of Chippendale furniture. Colonial furniture, American Windsor chair, early American armchair, right? Just different categories. French screw it. Hepplewhite. So, it's really kind of nice, So it's just a world of information. Here we are into the leather section. Leather area. Study of leather operations. Online for the plastic area. Outline, online. They didn't know what online was in like 58. Different types of plastic. Tools for plastic. Advanced plastics. And I got this book when I was, younger, and I read the woodworking section. But I think basic electrical. Here's advanced wood. So I mean, it to me is just a tremendous asset. If I would have found this in a bookstore, I would have bought it immediately. Its era, its handmade aspect of it. But the fact that my father made this makes it even more special to me. So I'm really looking forward to go back and even rereading the wood section, because I was a teenager when I read it last. I was taking wood shop in, I think, 7th grade. So, drawing. This is for drawing. Drawing set of hash plans. Now that's probably pretty much obsolete because that's back before computers. But I'm still going to read it. It's kind of cool to look back on. Absolutely beautiful, and it's been years since I've looked at it. It was at my father's house, and I brought it up. So really special to me. It's something I'll cherish for the rest of my life, and hopefully something I can pass down. It's nice to see woodshop was very popular back in the 50s. Everybody took it. I was lucky enough to have it in 7th grade. I had print, metal, and woodshop. I also had home ec, where I learned how to sew, which was fine. I think everybody should know a little bit about everything. I think it's good. We didn't print a book like this, but I made some silk screens, and I did made some notepads and stuff, which I also found going through stuff at my father's house. But I really enjoy this kind of stuff, and it's really great to have it a part of my dad in this book. I miss him tremendously, as anybody would miss their father, but he's always with me, and he's in this shop right now. I believe that. So you'll see me wear gloves because of the health thing, which sucks, but I'm not giving up my woodworking. And I have a lot of stuff planned for this year now. I'd like to eventually, over here I have my long workbench. I want to put cabinets in over there so I can get some more storage. Part of the thing about being in a real small shop is to utilize space better. My sister's going to be moving into my father's house, but if that doesn't happen for a reason or she has a hard time with it, me and my wife would probably be moving there. And if that happens, the shop moves, and you know, we'll get smaller for a while and do stuff. But that's not something really I'm looking at right now. So I plan on redoing that. I'm going to take those shelves down into our basement, and we'll kind of be in a pantry area. So I want to do that. I'm considering redoing the top to this workbench. Not sure, but considering that. I want to do a couple small cabinets. I want to put a little small cabinet out, a nice little decorative cabinet right outside the door so I can store some of my camera equipment. Without it, it's right now on a little table out there, and my wife doesn't like that. Maybe a closet organizer is something I have an idea, a bookshelf, a hutch. So I got ideas that I want to do, and we're going to do that. Also, my bandsaw broke, and I want to fix that. So there's plenty of things I want to do, and hopefully now that the weather is subsiding a little bit, I can, you know, start to come back out here a little bit. I missed it. I missed it a lot, but you know, sometimes life just takes over. So I plan on doing those things. I plan on sharpening some of my saws and doing stuff like that. So come along for the ride. Till next time, you know, thanks for coming to my shop.